And I hope I can replicate this because it was so exciting. Now you can't see me because my webcam had a better... Okay, well, this is going to have to be it. Okay. So, let's not skip ahead. So what I want to talk about is we're going to use the example of money. And one thing we were talking about was the consciousness of money. Now, you know, I'm sure you have heard people teach you. I'm sure you've heard people teach you that manifesting $100 is the same thing as manifesting $10 or $1 million. That no matter how much money you're manifesting, that manifesting money is all, the amount is all the same. And I'm here to bust that myth. I don't believe it. I used to believe it because that's what I was told. And you know what? I think believing that totally got in the way of me manifesting the money I want. In fact, I know it did. And so we were talking about how every kind of money, any amount, oh, I see a ghost here. Any source of money, amount of money has its own vibration, its own consciousness, and we have our own vibration and consciousness when it comes to any amount of money that will make that money vibration and consciousness different than it will be for anyone else. So $100 to me, my gosh, I'm seeing things. $100 to me will feel and have a different consciousness than $100 to you, to you, to you, to you. So what I want to do is I wrote down amounts of money, and I want you to feel in your body what those feel like. Just observe yourself, okay? So just like somebody like, I know Homer, I don't know if he still does, but Homer used to find pennies every day, or a lot. I don't know if every day, but a lot. So, you know, finding pennies every day, that's kind of cool. But what if you found $100 a day? Or many hundreds each day? Don't tell me that finding pennies or finding $100 bills would feel the same. I think that you'd get pretty excited if you were finding $100 bills every day. Okay? So feel what it feels like to find pennies every day. And you know, some of that might be us needing to be a little bit more grateful. Because you know, the more grateful you can be about things, the more you'll get more. And I told him to up his ante, because I think he said he started finding dimes or nickels. And I said, you know, make it higher. So finding $100 bills, that starts feeling a little bit more excited, right? Okay. Say you started finding, well, let's say, no, you don't even have to find. Say you started getting, well, no, say you started finding $1,000 a day. Of course, now my computer, sorry, it times out on me. So say you started finding $1,000 a day. Wow, that feels better than $100 a day, don't you think? $1,000 feels a lot better. I wouldn't mind finding $1,000 a day. And in fact, that's one of my goals, that I start making $1,000 a day. And you know what? That's so doable. Just thinking about, I don't want to always think about the way that it could happen, but when you start thinking about possible ways that things can happen, it actually starts creating a momentum of consciousness for it to happen, right? So I was thinking, if when my e-course, well, I'm already pre-selling e-courses, but when my e-course is, on the market and it's a tangible product, if I sold 3 of those a day, that's close to $900 a day. So that doesn't include my services that I'm doing, my trips that I'm doing. I could easily make $1,000 a day. So think about that with you. Like, at first when you start thinking, I want to make $1,000 a day, people might go, whoa, I don't think I can make $1,000 a day. How could that be possible? Well, it could be totally possible when you start thinking about it. That's not really a lot when you start thinking about it. Okay, for me, just my product and my services, I could easily do that. So think about if you started finding $1,000 a day in your life, how that starts feeling pretty good. Now think about if you started finding $10,000 a day. Wow, now we're talking about something even more substantial. $1,000 a day is cool, but $10,000? Imagine what you could do with $10,000, even if it was $10,000 for 1 week. Think of what you could do with a chunk like that. You could probably pay off a few bills, go to dinner, and maybe have a nice weekend somewhere. Okay? You could do something with $10,000. That feels bigger than 1,000 or 100. Okay, moving down. What about 100,000? Say somebody just walked up and said, "Here, Ramin, here's $100,000." Well, that's feeling even better than that 10,000 to me. $100,000, I could do some stuff. I wouldn't have to work as hard. I could start outsourcing more of my stuff. I could really start having the time to create more products, having the time to take more time off, and just having fun. That would lighten my load a lot. Right? Doesn't that feel bigger? Now, how about 500,000? Now we're talking like, you know what? That feels pretty grand. 500,000. Even if it was a year. Okay, we don't have to get crazy and say a day. We could. Let's say $500,000. What? You got that chunk. What could that do for you? What would that feel like to you? That feels a lot bigger than that 100,000. And that 100,000 was feeling pretty good a minute ago. But this one's feeling really good. But also notice in your body, is there any resistance, or is there anything coming up like, oh, I wouldn't do that? I mean, maybe the 10 or the 1 is where I'm at. Notice where you're at, because if you're up here, you want to open your energy. You want to, wow, $500,000 feels, 100 feels good. 1,000 feels a little better. 10,000 feels pretty good. 100,000 is feeling much bigger. And 500,000, that gives me a lot. Okay? Feel your energy expand and embrace it instead of closing off and saying, oh, how would that ever happen with me? How about if it did? Imagine if it did. Okay. How about 1 million? Okay, $1 million's not that much anymore, but I wouldn't spit at it. Imagine if someone said, here's $1 million. That could give you some breathing room. You know, for me, I wouldn't say I'm going to retire. I would say, let me create some really cool information products, or let me create this really cool business, and then I'll be set up, okay? And you know what? To me, working is fun. Like, if I had all the money in the world, I would still work. I would just probably do it in a different way. But I'd still do my business because this is my purpose for being here. This is my passion. I wouldn't just like kick my feet up and watch TV or just travel and not do anything else. I would, I probably would travel definitely, but I would be doing my work. Okay? So that's a difference between a passion and a purpose. If you're doing your passion and purpose, that would be something that you would continue to do. Now, maybe you would do it in a different way, but you would keep doing it, okay? Otherwise, it's just a job. 1 million, that feels pretty big. But you know what? To me, I could feel bigger. I can expand bigger than that. Now, I want you to think about, did you ever think about, this is something I did a long time ago. I thought about if I could have a certain amount of money that would be good enough for me, for my life, it would be enough for me to, get the house, do what I want to do, give these people money, whatever it is to live. What would that number be? And I used to work really actively on manifesting this. And I still think about it sometimes, but I was really actively manifesting that amount for a while back years ago. But the amount has never left my head. I always, still remember that amount and stuff. So I want you to write down on your piece of paper, what would be a number that would be good enough for you, that would be, just perfect. And Homer was writing $777 million. And then he went down to 77 million. And Liz said 10 million. And I said, 10 million would work. 10 million would work for me. But the amount that would be perfect for me, write down your amount and guess my amount. Okay? This is the unveiling of my amount. $22 million. That's my amount. Now I'd take 20 million. 20 million would be okay. Even 18 million would be okay. But if I could say a number right now, I'd say 22 million. But when I was thinking that, I was going to buy a house that was like 1.8 million but I don't know if I would do that anymore. That was back in, that was years ago. So I would, probably rework what that would mean. But, all the stuff that I'd like to do and the people I'd like to take care of, that's the amount that I'd go for is 22 million. And I can feel that. That would be so, I would be like, I don't know, I'd probably piss in my pants if someone said, here's $22 million, because that would be so exciting, okay? And they say to act like you already have it, maybe I should just piss in my pants and that 22 million will come through. Okay, so what is your number and how did you feel about this? So now we're going to take it further. I want to show you an example of something. And I want you to do this too. And I'm sorry it's already laid out, but I'm not going to redo it. This was already on my last video. Okay. So, I told everybody to put an amount of money that they would like to manifest right now. This doesn't have to be for the lifetime. This is just like, right now I would like to manifest this amount of money. So I put 100,000. So on your piece of paper, I want you to do this exercise because this is really going to come alive for you if you do this. So humor me. Get a piece of paper and do this with me. Write down your amount. I put 100,000 and I circled it. Okay? And then I said, take your pen, if you have colors, use it, and I want you to draw out what your amount means to you. What does your amount mean to you? What would that mean for your life? And then just draw out any simple things, okay? And I just did this in like 3 minutes or 2 minutes, so I just did it really quick. So take a minute and draw out put your amount, circle it, and then just draw symbols of whatever that amount would mean for you. Okay, you can put me on pause for a minute, and then when you're ready, you can listen again. So, 100,000 for me, this is what it would do for me. This is what it would feel like for me. First of all, I would have more time because I wouldn't have to just keep working and getting everything done myself. It would have more time for me to find more passions and more excitement in my life. So I could start creatively thinking of other things to bring more of my passion and excitement into my life. I would have more time to do that. I would have more time to take some personal trips, not working trips, but personal trips where I can go where I want with myself or with my friends or whoever, and go wherever I want, just to have some personal time to take trips. And I really want that, and that has to start happening because that's on my mind a lot. It would give me more time to sleep. So this is a bed with Z's. I could sleep more. And these are flowers. I could work in the garden and beautify my life, or be around more beautiful scenery, just have more beauty in my life. And then these are outsourcing things that I'm doing that other people could probably do better, but I could pay them to do. I have the money to do it, which frees me up to sleep more, to travel more, to work on my passions, to bring more beauty in my life. There's many other things I could put here, but this was just my quick little example. Now, because I'm talking to you about this, and I'm making this consciousness, I'm building a consciousness of this, what $100,000 means to me, okay? So this $100,000 is now becoming a very defined consciousness, okay? And guess what? This $100,000, this particular $100,000 is Cindy Eiler's $100,000. And why do I say that? Because it is this $100,000 is this consciousness to me. If you put $100,000, you might have different things. I'm sure you would have different things. Okay, you might say, I'm going to take a trip around the world, and I'm going to ski, and I'm going to buy a house, or whatever, okay? Yours would look different. Yours would feel different. Yours would be a different experience. So your $100,000 would have your name on it. So whatever you wrote, write your name underneath it and say, this amount of money that I wrote is my consciousness because I have created my consciousness out of this. Okay? Now, here we go further. Now I have this consciousness. Can you start feeling that consciousness building within you as you're seeing what you're creating on paper? It starts becoming so much more real for you. And not only that, I want you to take off limitations. So by that I mean, see all these things? That's what this amount of money stands for. But maybe you could have all of these things without even having this money. Now, we just think of the money because we know that we use money to buy things. But maybe somebody's going to come along and say, you know what, here's 5 personal trips for you that you can take each year. And we want to handle this for your outsourcing for you because we believe in your products. And actually, we're going to pay for that so you can mastermind more things and create a bigger empire. So you need to take the time that you want to do it to do this. So, go enjoy your vacations and create while you're doing that. And we'll take care of all this mundane thing, and we'll even pay for it. So you never know how all of this is going to happen. And really what is not important is this amount. Now, I'm not saying you're not important because you are important to me, but I'm just saying this is not what's important. What's important to you is this. And this is what I want you guys to get clear on. This is why I want you to get a big piece of paper like this. And you know what this is? This is a giant Post-it notepad. So I can rip these things off, and it's got the glue on it, and I could put it on the wall. So if you have an office or a wall, and you can make one for your business, and you can make one for money, whatever you want, I want you to stick it in the middle, whatever it is, like you could say my business, whatever your business is, and what your business means to you. So maybe this could be your business, same thing, all right? And so it's not so much the business, but this consciousness that you're creating, okay? So your business, this is actually the consciousness. This is actually the consciousness that holds all of these things, okay? It's the container that holds your dreams. So this is the container that holds these dreams, okay? So if I didn't get the 100,000, but I got all this, that means I got what I wanted. So the money didn't really matter. Okay, it's cool that if I got the money and I could just do it. But you know how the universe orchestrates things, and we're all parts of each other's dreams coming true. We all are a piece of the action making it happen. So maybe, some company needs to come in and bring me this piece, because it's going to help them do what they need to do, and it's going to help me do what I need to do. So it's a win-win, okay? And maybe, this person that, provide, and maybe this is provided by this company, who knows? Or maybe it's coming from different areas. But the point is, the consciousness that you're building around this container, as long as you're getting this stuff, aren't you going to be happy? Because that's really what you're looking for. $100,000 by itself is not this. $100,000 is just a stack of money. But this is what you're looking for. Are you getting that? So don't just narrow yourself down to the money. What you're doing is creating this consciousness. Okay, so close your eyes and look at your paper, and then close your eyes and feel that consciousness coming into you. I feel this consciousness I've created. I feel this because, you know what? I actually did this in my head the other day, and I was getting really excited, and I could really feel it, and I was like, woohoo, yeah! But when I put it on paper like this, and I'm not even finished, this was just like a quick thing. Like, I put time to this. The consciousness that I create is just, it's there. It's tangible. It's tangible. It's there. And now I want to go back to what I was talking about, the manifesting breakthrough consciousness that I said, I don't even need the ebook, the videos, the MP3. I've created that consciousness. I could download it to people. I could say, I have this consciousness and I can download it to you for $297. And you wouldn't even have to watch the videos or practice or do anything. You'd have the consciousness embrace you because I've already created that. Do you get what I'm saying? So this consciousness is here. And all these things are here. You just gotta create it and feed it and make it a part of you. And that's what we're going to do next. So, everybody, if you have glasses on, I want you to take off your glasses and get comfortable. And we're just going to do a little meditation. I really hope you guys got that. I really hope you got it. I hope I explained that good enough to you. It's really exciting, actually. Okay, so close your eyes and move your head around and your neck and get comfortable in your space. Start taking some nice deep breaths. The first thing I want you to do is breathe into every cell of your body. It's kind of like you feel excited. Now, right now, because I'm getting you to calm down, you can feel that consciousness that just built up, right? That we were just talking about. You feel it in you now. It's a part of you. It's like built up in you. So it's like, oh, I've got to calm down. I was just like at this consciousness party. But now that I'm telling you to calm, just take some deep breaths and calm down, you can feel that consciousness, right? That's what I'm talking about. So let's close your eyes, take some nice deep breaths, send your grounding cords down to the core of the earth. And feel Mother Earth's slow, strong heartbeat. And feel it attuned to your body. Imagine your aura around you, and I want you to surround your aura with that new consciousness that you've just started creating. And assign it a color. So a color assigned to it is really good because then it starts vibrating at that color, and you can use that color to keep aligning that vibration with you. So you could just call that color up and assign it to your consciousness that you've created and strengthen and feed it within your energetic system and physical body. And surround your aura with a golden shield. Feel golden white sparkly liquid light from Creator entering into your brain and cleansing every area, nook and cranny of your brain. Just feel it raining into your brain. Cleansing, cleansing, cleansing into all your bones, into your face, down through your neck bone, down through your spine, cleansing through all of your skeletal structure, down through your arms and shoulders and hands, through your body, through your muscles, through your organs, through your legs and feet. Feel that shower of liquid, golden, white, sparkly light out into your aura and down into the core of the earth. And let's put some extra liquid, golden, white light into your heart, feeling it clear all the passageways, create it to a healthy state. And as your heart pulses the blood through your body, allow that liquid golden white light to pulse through your heart and through your blood system to all areas of your body, mind, and spirit. Letting it pulse out into your aura. And now I want you to feel your consciousness moving down from the center of your head, down into your heart chakra. And then feel a magnet gently pulling you deeper and deeper into your heart chakra until you see your pink soul right in the deep depths of your heart chakra. See a pink light and let your consciousness go into that pink soul, your truth of who you really are. And let your soul wrap and embrace around your consciousness. And your soul tells you, you always forget that you're so much more than your consciousness that you're living right now. When you allow yourself to connect back with your soul self, you're safe, you're abundant, and you have everything you need. So come back into that soul space often. Now let's bring that consciousness from our aura, just some of it, into your soul space. So this is the consciousness that you were building tonight, and you can add to it, but right now let's bring that consciousness that we created right into our soul space with our consciousness, and then feel Creator's divine golden white liquid light pouring down into that soul space, encapsulating it, embracing it, incorporating all the components together, and uplifting that vibration of your incorporated soul self, present consciousness, and the consciousness that you've created in your life. And let that energy expand out as big as your heart chakra. And then expand into every single chakra, filling each chakra with that incorporated soul consciousness, new consciousness, and divine liquid light. So it becomes part of every aspect of your life. Each one of your chakras reflects an aspect of your life. And letting it now expand out into every part of your body, your mind, and out into your spirit, which is your aura, and then out into the universe. Expand it out immediately into infinity. It just keeps growing. And now bring it back. Feel it coming back. And breathe it back into your heart. And just see it there as a beautiful treasure chest. And then expand it back out through your body and out into your aura. Now you know how to move your energy. You can do this anytime. Make sure you feel it all incorporated deep within your soul self, and then expand it into all your chakras, into your body, mind, and spirit, out into the universe. Bring it back down into your soul space, and then expand it back out into your body and your aura. The more you feed yourself with this amazing incorporated energy, the stronger it will become. So take a nice deep breath. And when you're ready, come back. So do you feel the difference of yourself now? So really think about everything I talked about in this class, about what are the things that you tell yourself are in your way. Eliminate them. How can you already do what you would be doing if you had that tangible thing with you? Just start doing it. If it's moving, start purging your stuff. Start getting rid of the stuff that you would not bring. And then start packing the stuff that you know that you would take that you don't really need right now, but you could pack it. I mean, there's things that you can always start doing. And when you start doing it, you're creating that consciousness that comes alive, that you're feeding. And it starts all happening. Some magical way it'll start happening because you're creating that consciousness with it. And remember not to limit on how it would come. Homer said that he was putting on his thing that he was going to win the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes and earn $5,000 a month for the rest of his life. And I said, okay, well, don't limit yourself. What you want to do is, what would $5,000 a month for the rest of your life mean to you? Remember this board behind me. What would $5,000 a month mean to you? Map it out. Create the consciousness. And it would be cool if it came through Publishers Clearinghouse, but if it doesn't come through there, don't only let that be your one funnel. Eliminate how it comes. Just create the consciousness of what that would mean to you to have that. So put some thought process to how you're thinking and what you're doing. And I really want you guys to take this seriously and not just get off this call and say, oh, that's cool, and then not do it. I really want you to take some time and map your thing out. Get a big piece of paper and map it out. You can do 1 or 2. Just map it out and start creating that consciousness and then breathe it in. Okay? And if you could put it up on the wall so when you see it every day, you breathe that consciousness in. You get excited about it and you keep breathing that in. The more you feed it, the more it is, and the more it is, the more it is. Okay? That's all it is. It's all consciousness. And without the limitations of how. Okay, remember the 100,000 was the container. It was the container that brings together the consciousness, all the components. But once you can think about all those components, the consciousness creates. And the $100,000 really doesn't matter. It's cool if it comes that way and then you use it and do that. But it could come in amazing, better ways. Okay, it could come different ways. What's important are the components. What's important is the consciousness. So I really want you guys to work on this, really diligently work on this. And next month, when we meet, I want to hear about it. I want to hear your examples. I want to hear what the consciousness is. I want to experience what it is and how it's affecting you and why now how you're doing things differently because you have this consciousness. Because to be honest, when you bring these consciousnesses within you, you have become a different person. Your consciousness is vibrating different, so you have to do things differently. It's not that you have to force yourself or think about it. You will wake up and you will start doing things differently as a result. You will. So allow it to happen. Allow yourself to unfold with the new consciousness. You can't keep being the same way and expecting things to be different. Okay, and so this class is shorter because I don't have the interaction going on, but you guys got everything, and in fact, you got it better than the first class, I think. So I hope you really got the concept because this is so important. And I'll see several of you this weekend in Shasta. I'm really excited to see my friends and hang out with everybody. And we may do some of this work together, but we're going to do some really deep healing on this weekend. It's going to be really deep, deep healing. And I'm looking forward to it. And the rest of you, I'll see you in the next webinar next month. Everybody, really take this to heart. And if you want the download of the Manifesting Breakthrough Consciousness, let me know. You can get the download and then I'll still give you the product and you can tell me, did you really need the product? Okay, everyone. Take care, and I really hope this recorded well because I'm not even going to go there. The consciousness of this recording went really well, and now I'm going to upload it to YouTube for you. Good night, everybody.
Get inspired and live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy. Travel through Egypt, see the blue Nile, Sahara Desert, open up your mind. Have an adventure in the deep Red Sea. Get your dose of spirituality. Get inspired, live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy. Get inspired and live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy.